sometime between 2575 BC and 2465 BC. Birthplace, Memphis, Egypt. Pharaoh ruled Egypt. Built the Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Queen Hatshepsut reigned circa 1498 BC to 1483 BC. Birthplace, Egypt. Queen of Egypt. Wore a fake beard to look like a pharaoh. Built many temples throughout Egypt and Nubia. Sent trade expeditions to Punt. Chandragupta reigned circa 320 BC to 297 BC. Birthplace, India. Emperor. First emperor of Mauryan dynasty. Lived a life of luxury before becoming a monk. Ashoka reigned circa 265 BC to 238 BC. Birthplace, India. Emperor. Expanded and strengthened Mauryan Empire. Became a Buddhist monk. Shi Huangdi, circa 259 BC to 210 BC. Birthplace, Qin, China. Emperor. First Chinese emperor. Unified states of China into one empire. Put a ban on books that opposed him. Wu Di, circa 156 BC to 87 BC. Birthplace, China. Emperor. Chinese emperor during the Han Dynasty. Built roads, increased trade, and started civil service exams. Encouraged writing of the first complete Chinese history book. Amanirenas reigned circa 30 BC to 18 BC. Birthplace, Kush. Queen. Led Kush into battle against the Romans. Fought against taxes imposed on her people. Ben Zhao, circa AD 45 to AD 115. Birthplace, Anling, China. Writer, scholar, historian. Prominent historian during Han Dynasty. Helped write the Book of Han. Wrote poems and essays for the Empress. Unit 2. Reading Social Studies. The Nile River. Target skill. Summarize. Information with details. Information with details. Information with details. Summarize. After you read something, you will want to remember it for yourself, or maybe later for a test. Write down the main ideas as either complete sentences or as a list. Write down the main ideas in your own words to show that you understand what you have read. Summarize. Detail, detail, detail. Read the following paragraph. The details of the summary are highlighted in yellow. The summary has been highlighted in blue. The Egyptians were very curious about how the Nile River was able to flood so regularly. They thought of ways to predict when the Nile would flood. The Egyptians made devices to help them record information about the Nile. many people in the past have been interested in the Nile River. Word exercise. Use suffixes. Knowing what a suffix means can help you understand an unfamiliar word that is made up of a suffix and a familiar word. For example, if you know that excavate means to hollow something out, and that the suffix ation means the action or process of, you can quickly figure out that excavation means the process of digging a hole. Unknown word. Excavation. Base word. Excavate, to hollow something out. Suffix ation, the action or process of. If you do not know what the base word means, look it up in a dictionary. The mysterious Nile River. The Nile River was important to the ancient Egyptians because it provided water. Without water, Egyptian civilization could not have survived. For this reason, the Egyptians celebrated the flooding of the Nile every year. They kept track of the level of flooding by using a Nilometer, which measured the level of the Nile as the water rose higher and higher. We know about Nilometers because archaeologists have found some in their excavations. At first, the Nile was mysterious to the Egyptians. Not knowing when it flooded meant that the Egyptians could not prepare for too much or too little water. The Egyptians decided to keep track of when the Nile flooded. They watched the position of the sun in the sky during the day, and Sirius, the brightest star in the sky, at night. After recording the number of days between floods, the Egyptians made a calendar. The calendar helped them keep track of when the Nile would flood. The Egyptians discovered that the flood season lasted about 4 months. Now they could be better prepared. Celebrating the annual flooding became part of the Egyptian way of life. This special time of the year was called inundation. According to the Egyptian calendar, inundation was the first of 3 parts. The other 2 were emergence and harvest. What the Egyptians learned about the Nile helped them in their everyday lives. The technology they developed helped the Egyptians understand the Nile. It was also used by other cultures. Apply it. Use the reading strategy of summarize to answer questions 1 and 2. Then answer the vocabulary question. 1. How did technology help the Egyptians understand the Nile? 2. Summarize how the Nile was mysterious to the Egyptians at first. 3. Find another word in the 4th paragraph of the passage that contains the suffix ation. What is the base word of this word? What does this word mean? Chapter 3. Ancient Egypt and Nubia. Lesson 1. 5000 BC. Nile River Valley. Egyptian civilization emerges in the Nile River Valley. Lesson 2. Circa 2600 BC. Giza. The Great Pyramid is built. Lesson 3. 591 BC. Meroe. The Nubians build a capital. Locating time and place. Why we remember. We know about the lives of the ancient Egyptians from artifacts that archaeologists have found. From the writings they left behind, we understand more about their civilization. Writings from other civilizations also tell us about the ancient Egyptians. From the enormous stone structures they built, we are reminded that the ancient Egyptians were there. The ancient Egyptians influenced the lives of many cultures and civilizations all over the world, then and now. How do you think that people in the future will interpret our civilization?